AP, and today we are continuing yet again with our battery bank build. We have been working hard on this project for the last several live streams. You've seen us take apart the vape pens in order to collect these batteries. Now you are watching us actually put together the bank. We have already started with the first set of batteries for this bank. We are starting with the second. We will have two more to go after the one we do now, and then we'll be able to actually put the battery bank together to get its full voltage out, its true potential unlocked, as one might say. And so then we're going to do this, put that together, and next we will be working on electronics. Hopefully we can get through the rest of this battery bank tonight and actually put it all together, but we may have to save that for another. It takes a second to actually get the notification out to our followers. Hello everybody, sorry about that. Great to see everybody here. We have three. Hello everybody, sorry about that. Great to see everybody here. We have 3 viewers, 0 likes. We have All Explorer jumping in, said never clicked faster in my life. Thank you so much, All Explorer. That means a ton. Grateful to have you here in the Empire of Aeternia, helping us to work on this continuation of our battery bank build. Thank you for liking, if that was you, by the way. Doikian Republic says, hey Doikian, it's great to see you. We have received your email, as I sent you a message about, on your Alliance application. We need to properly review it so that we can go ahead and push forward with a response. A lot of the time, these discussions to cut down on that is to create an Alliance application. It's this other issue of verify them, connect the information that we're given with what we know about the nation. It can be a long process. It's a review process, so we take the time, we be thorough, we try to understand our position and what we want out of a relationship with different nations, and that's how we build, that's how we learn. So I appreciate your patience on that, and I can't wait to properly respond in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pump our lights out just a little bit. Great to see everybody. Let's go ahead and jump to this. Let's get into the actual problem of today. So here we are. We have completed this first set of batteries, as I said before. We have 3 more sets to do. I have the next set here in front of me. I have our soldering iron warmed up. I have a handy new tool in front of us that's going to allow us to actually make the wire cutting quite a bit easier and have some new solder. So that being said, let's try it out. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this wire here. I, silly enough, probably do not have scissors or pliers or wire cutters, but that has never stopped us before. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is measure out the length that we need each of these sides. I have to do this twice, so I have to go solder one direction on one side and then the other direction the other side. So I'm going to say right about here, probably pretty good. That'll give us a good cutter on these. Okay, I'm going to give it a little extra room than I said I needed. That way I have leftovers in case I mess something up and it has to be resoldered. I will have some wiggle room. Let's cut this like a guillotine. There we go, got it. Okay, now let's spread that out. There we go. Okay, so that's how we'll do our wiring. I'll actually start on this side, make it a little easier on myself. Cool, so we'll do that. All right, so first things first, I guess I will start with this side since it has the pairing of 2 over there. One of the nice things about this stripper, I'll show you guys real fast, is actually instead of having to cut the full end off, the rest of our connections can be well insulated while reaching the places that they need to. We can make connections to this wire without de-insulating basically the whole thing or cutting our wire up into 800 pieces. So very useful, going to be an efficiency boost for us, which is nice. And so we're going to go ahead and get to this. Cool. Okay. So we got one down. I'm going to slowly keep moving on these guys. How is everybody doing today? If you are from a different micronation, how is your micronation doing today? If we have any imperial citizens here with us, great to see you. Thank you for being here, helping the empire to grow one day at a time. Regardless of your reason for being here, it means a lot that you are. We are trying to grow every single day, and that is easier said than done. So, you guys just being here, just, making our community a little bit more interesting, a little bit more diverse, it benefits us a lot. It gives us a lot of motivation and a lot of opportunity to grow and to push forward. So thank you guys for being here. Specifically, though, we put out a quest this week. Actually, as of yesterday, the quest launched. It is the Empire's third ever quest. So if you guys want to check that out and participate, you can get special things like a limited time Discord role, which gives you access to like a limited time channel in the server. It's called the Tail Trader role. And so it's basically, the quest is for you to put in some sort of content, whether it's a piece of writing, poetry, music, a drawn picture, a photograph, something, a video compilation, a meme, whatever it is, that you feel shows why you appreciate Aeternia, why you like Aeternia, so in some way tells our story, tries to get us out there to the world. So people have been submitting to that quest. We have, I think, 2 submissions so far. So if you guys want to be a part of that, definitely submit to it. That limited time Discord role is given to everybody who submits to the quest, and there will be some interesting stuff in there that we give, sneak peeks on stuff, talk to people about stuff. The other thing, when we when we announce a winner, we will be actually choosing somebody to receive a special award on top of that. So the winner will get a digital scroll, which will have their name and the quest title and stuff like that on it. Just a fun little piece of art that kind of gives you that extra motivation to go all the way to make the coolest piece of art for us that you can. And also just will be a cool little, thanks for being a part of the community. It's going to be Aeternia themed. It'll be cool. So that being the case, if you guys are interested in applying to that, you can either send your submission to our Discord, go in the channel, add us, at me, DM me, something like that. If not, you can always email your submission to aeternianempire@gmail.com. The link is in the description. The link to our website is in the description, where you can also find the quest forum and view the quest and check out all the stuff on there. But you can email us at aeternianempire@gmail.com, and the spelling of that is in the description. So that way you don't have to go out and look for it and try to, send it to any other Aeternian empire that's out there, I guess. You don't want to get sent the wrong success, the wrong quest reward. If there is such another Aeternian empire, I highly doubt it. We're pretty cool like that, pretty exclusive. I am trying to get this piece fixed because I goofed and actually ripped it apart. So that being the case, I have stripped it. We are going to have to solder the pieces together that I did successfully connect, and now deal with the consequences for the one that I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and do that relatively quickly. So let's see here. I'm trying to get this one. Slowly but surely working it. This soldering iron is very hot. Actually, the solder, being just a thinner solder, very nice, very applicable. I think it's actually gotten it, which is awesome. Yeah, if you guys remember, our last live stream was like a thriller. We were down to the wire, quite literally, trying to finish doing all of this soldering with just like a little bit left in the tank here. I may be able to find the little thing. I'll look for it later. But we just had the tiniest amount of solder left. barely anything hanging on to it, and we were able to do it. I soldered this first one. I haven't soldered the second one really yet. I wanted to put on some PPE because I am working with leaded solder. That's dangerous for your health, and we try to protect ourselves. Dakota said, hello, Emperor AP. Hey, Dakota, how are you? Thank you for being here. Great to see you. All Explorer says, is this dangerous in any way? Yes. So actually, the solder, you do need to wear some kind of PPE. You really should be ventilating the area. I am not I'm in a decently well ventilated room, but it's not, you should have a vent hood in here. You should have proper ventilation, extreme, filtered air that is flowing through here in order to pull away any lead from getting into your body. What I'm going to be using is a respirator, which should help to cut down on that. But yes, do not do this at home. Both these batteries themselves are dangerous. They're lithium-ion batteries, so they can, easily catch fire. You need to be very careful with how you store them, how you, use them. Do not source them the way that I am sourcing them. If you puncture one of these batteries, if you get it wet for whatever reason, it can catch fire, potentially explode. Incredibly dangerous, incredibly hazardous. The materials in them are not safe. They can be toxic. If you break one of the batteries, getting the stuff on you, it's gross. It's gross work. The whole thing is gross. Don't do it. But also, this solder is leaded, so I need to be particularly careful. But that does make it super smooth to solder with. So with my PPE on, I will be moving forward. Okay. So we've got that second one absolutely knocked out now. Let's keep moving. Before I get too back on track, I wanted to say one more thing. I wanted to give a special shout out to Dakota. Dakota's here today. First off, Dakota, thank you for being here. Dakota is a citizen of ours, which is great. We sometimes have our own citizens on the stream, but like coordinating schedules and stuff can be really tough. So I'm grateful for Dakota being here. Always having another citizen, having somebody who is Aeternian on the stream is cool. It feels, more like a bonding thing. It's the whole stream is like a community gathering center, but having Aeternians here makes it all that more special. The other thing, Dakota is doing some valuable work for us. I don't want to announce too much yet, still in the early stages of developing it, but Dakota is already helping us out in a big way. It means a lot. I just want to say thank you, Dakota, and you guys who are part of the community, whether you're Aeternians or not, whether you're Imperial citizens or not. Dakota is about to be doing some pretty cool work for us and is actively doing some pretty cool work for us. So, expect to see big things from Dakota. And I am incredibly excited for the future here. We're going to be doing a lot more, trying to streamline things in Aeternia and make things a little bit easier for you guys to jump out and help with, easier for us to get out there to you. So more updates on the way. This is all like January stuff. January showing up, so 12,025, new year, new us. We're bringing stuff forward, but I just wanted to give that special shout to Dakota. I appreciate you, Dakota. As always, we're thinking about James. I haven't been in contact with James in the last couple days, so I hope he's doing okay. We're thinking about him. For anybody who is in the Patreon, we are going to, even if you're like a free subscriber, you should get access to this. We're going to release in a few days a Q&A that James did with us before he left, kind of an exit interview just about, his experience in Aeternia, his reasoning for going off to serve in Ukraine, all that kind of stuff. So we will be airing that in the next few days. So yeah, definitely check that out if you want to hear updates on James, how he's doing. We're going to keep trying to contact him and see what we can get as far as updates, as far as just making sure he's okay. Other than that, we are going to be doing a lot in Vitae. I can't say too much as of right now. Still not, not quite in the season for it, but we will be pushing forward slowly, and we have a lot of upgrades to work on in the meantime. Finally, enough of my blabbering. Oh man, we will get back to it. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to make the repair for the part that I did earlier. There we go. I'm hoping that it works out well, because if it does, and I can get a good bit of support on this side, it would be convenient to just be able to continue forward. I can just wrap it up and move all the way through. And I think that's going to be the plan for this one. It seems like we have quite a bit of length here, and I'm going to be adding a little bit more, so we should just be able to make the repair. And as long as the rest of our cuts go okay, we can just keep moving forward. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm making this connection here. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start looping the next piece in with it. So that way it's no surprise at all that that becomes pretty quickly connected to the rest of this group here. So yeah, I'm going to try to get these two to tie together. Have it all just sort of connect. If that works out, we will be in good shape here. We're continuing on, so long as I don't immediately mess up the very next cut and sever it again and have to do this process again. Because if I have to keep doing that, eventually I'll just cut it a bunch and leave it like that. Okay, so these have gotten a little bit weird, a little bit messy, so we're going to try to fix that. There we go, got them better arranged. All right, now I'm going to solder this connection, and then we should be able to move forward with the rest pretty quickly. Okay, so I'll actually set this down here to hold these guys in place. Then I'm going to make this solder connection, and we will keep moving forward. Okay, so I am just about finished soldering this piece together. And just like that, that should be pretty dang good. And we're going to move on to the next one. So now we are 4 sets down. Let me see, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, because they're in pairs of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 pairs down so far. Sorry, I was thinking we were starting with the 1. We have 4 sets down so far. We're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then our single one. So 12 more solder connections on this side, and then we're moving to the other side. Hopefully, if I don't mess this up, it should go a little quicker. Let's find out. Oh, dang it. Okay. Okay. I just went a little past the point of no return. Just a smidge. Just a baby hair past absolute messing everything up. All right. What I think the quickest fix for this thing is going to be will probably end up being to just solder these 2 pieces together and keep working. So that's going to be the plan. Okay, there we go. So that's what we'll do. So I'll just go ahead and tie these 2 together. Just like that. I'll make the soldering connect. Well, I'll tie it to the next one and then I'll make the connection and we will keep moving. Let's see. Okay, so now we're doing the 5th one. And again, just tying that up right there. And applying a little bit of solder. Okay, got that. Connected together, doing good. There we go. Okay. Now on to the next part. Trying again to see if I can improve this. All right. It looks like I might have gotten it. Let me try again. It does appear I've gotten it. Okay. Okay. 1 success. 1 single point for Aeternia. We're doing it. Okay, so now we're able to successfully move on to the next piece of solder that we need to apply. Going at this guy pretty quick. This is going smooth, and we're done with that one. Moving on to the next one. We're going faster. Heck yeah. All right. On to this one. Got another one. Ooh, nearly perfect that time. Going straight at it. Moving quicker in the game. We may get this whole thing done yet. If we are cranking them out like this, we will be done in 20 minutes. Dang, this is going well. All right. Let's not jump the gun too fast. Let's see how we do on this one. And great. Yep, this is going well. Okay. That one just done. Just absolutely knocked out of the park. We're going to set that right there. Going to move to the next one. See if we can't get it crimped. I keep saying crimped. It's... Oh, dang. It's not crimping. Almost just dropped a hot soldering iron. Don't do that, by the way. So let's see. Okay, so I cut it again. We're going to do the same thing where I just going to make the repair directly. I don't know how well that'll work, but we're going to find out. Okay, so we're going back at it. Going to join these two pieces. Just like that. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and fold them up a little bit, solder them together. That should create a pretty tight hold. This one is a little bit of trouble, actually. Trying to get solder to stick to this guy is not the easiest job in the world, but it looks like I'm starting to get it. Yep, okay. That's... Looks like that's got it right there. Yeah, I'm going to call that. I'm going to say that's good. All right, we've got that one. Perfect. And we just slide the whole thing down. Moving on to the next set. We have 1, 2. Oh, let me move this solder out of the way. It's probably not good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more sets to do, and we are done with this side. We are going at it. All right. Let me crimp and move to the next one. Well, I should have connected these to this. That's probably what I'll do. Okay, let me do this, and then we'll have 8 more to go. The connection I should have realized long ago. Literal misconnection. How crazy. Okay, almost done. Got it wound around. Let me go ahead and try and solder it. And it takes the solder immediately.
Beautiful, that's got it. Okay, let me not start fires. Here we go, moving on to the next one. We are getting closer and closer here, guys. Okay, on to the next set. Be in line right about there. So we need about this much distance on it. Okay, got the next one, doing good. Winding the connection now. And preparing to solder. Da, 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 da. All right, got that winding set up, or got that, not that winding, that connection set up. And applying the soldering iron. Awesome. Okay, so solder is on. Moving on to the next one. Got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. We're doing good. Moving fast. All right. Dang it. Every time I get close. I shouldn't push my luck necessarily. I guess that is the lesson. There we go. Okay. So you got that piece. I'm gonna trim this piece. Yeah, it's looking like this isn't gonna be enough anymore. It would have been if I didn't have to shave off half the wire trying to fix my mistakes. But yeah, here we go. Got these pieces. Gonna do the same thing, but this time I'm actually gonna put the other wire in between so it'll work out a little better. And we will make our next connection and move forward. All right. So now we're going to make that next connection. Gonna twist. This one this way. This one similarly. And then I'm going to just solder the whole thing together. Getting there. And just like that, we are nearly done soldering this one. Okay. That one's good. Moving on. Well, okay. That one's good. Let's move on to the next one. We could technically make it. I don't know if we're going to though. There is still hope. Okay, so we got this one. That part's going to be weird, but it'll be fine. I like tried to cut it at one point, or not cut it, but strip the wire at one point, and it ended up making a weird, like, open part on the wire, which is kind of what I wanted, but in the wrong spot. Messed the whole thing up. Anyway, we have fixed that. Now we're moving on to our next connection. And then we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections left on this side, and we will be done with half of this set. We'll go on to the next one. Okay. Got that one done as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections left to do. Let's see if we can make a record 5 connections without breaking this wire. Okay, that's one. We do have one successful. Starting on a solid track to get it. Very solid connection. There we go. Got that all together. Let's solder it up. Okay. And we got this one. Another connection soldered successfully. We just have 4 more connections to make. Let's see if we can do it. All right, I'll take it. Got another one. After this connection, only 3 more connections to go on this side. We are almost done with our 4th to last connection for this side. Once we do the other side, half of our battery bank will be complete. Okay. 3 more connections left. Let's see if we can hold out for an additional 3. Going for that third to last. Doing good, okay, potentially. Potentially. Oh, it looks like it. Okay, I'm going to call that. We've got the third to last. Let me wind it. Okay. All right, so we got this one. Let me solder it together real quick. And then we will be on to our second to last. This is crazy. We have moved through in record time for one of these streams. I'm sure for like a regular electronic stream or something like that, this is absolutely a slog. But for us, trying to grow doing this, trying to build it up, trying to acquire more resources, this is exciting. We're making progress. We are doing damn good at it too, if I have to say so myself. We are doing well. Come on. All right. 2 more connections. See if we can get it. Last 2, we could have it all lined up. This could be it. Let's see if we have it. All right. Yep. Second to last one is good. We have already broken a record so far with this. And also, are moving a lot quicker. I mean, this thing is making the job so much easier. Okay, soldering that second to last connection. This one is just trying to give me a real hard time. I don't know what's going on with this one. Let me try the other side. Okay, got that one looking pretty decent. Now we're going to the last connection for this side. Let's see. Is it going to hold? And it looks like it's got it. Yep, that's good. That'll be a solid connection. Okay. It's got it. We've got it. we officially have the last connection of this side right here. Twisting that connection on now. And just like that, we are on to the soldering. Going in. And just like that, we have our connection done. Now this whole side is complete. All we have to do, I'll give it a second so I don't mess it up. All we should have to do is pick this up. All we should have to do is pick this up and flip it over. You think we have it? You think it'll hold? Oh, look at that. Whoa. All right. So now we're going to set these guys down the other way. There we go. Flatten them out a little bit. Get them all where they're supposed to be. Yeah, some of these got their wires crossed a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got them. We got them now. And now what we're going to do is this side. Same thing as the other side, but we move to like half of this side, half of the other side in like a minute or two.
So we will be doing it a lot quicker. Let me say hi to everybody, see what's up. Okay. Multiple things. Kingdom of Saxon says hello. It says it's me, the Kingdom of Brianna, or Brianna. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Random says, cool. I am the Empire of Freedom. Great to see you, Empire of Freedom. Thank you for being here. Proxima says, cool stream. Thank you so much, Proxima. James says, great to see another stream. Leaving a like, but I can't stay. Best of luck, AP. Thank you so much, James. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the stream. If you're checking in from abroad, great to see you. If you're checking in from locally, great to see you. We're thinking about you. We're excited to see how things go for you. We're excited to have you back home. We are excited to see your return. So keep us updated. Let us know how you're doing, James. Okay. That being the case, we have all of this set. This is our first 3.7 volt, 20 amp hour battery. This one is almost done. Half of this one is done. When we put them together, it'll be 6 volts at 20 amp hours. Then we have 2 more to get it up to 12. It'll be a little over 12. It'll be, these 2 together would be 7.4, and so then 15 something. 15.8, is that 16.8 something? And then we would drop it down to 12. But that being the case, we're going for this side now. Let me grab my mask, and I will get back to it.
All right, is that enough? That is plenty. I will go right about there and cut it. Cutting the wire. It has been cut. Checking the wire. Its length has been checked. Moving forward. Okay. Let me see how I can do this. Maybe I can get you guys a little closer, huh? Get you in on the action. Let's see here. What I'm going to do is just drop everything down quite a bit so you guys can see and be more on the level. And then I'll just do that. Okay, hello everybody. We will see how this goes. So we have our wire, we measured it out. Now I'm going to go in and solder the rest of these pieces. I got to make sure that this crimping tool works, though, the stripping tool. So this is the single side, this is the double side. So we're going to start back over here again. And I broke it. Awesome. No point in soldering that little one piece right there. So I will just strip a good bit off and get it to start right here. Okay. So one of the things that's interesting, we haven't moved this far yet, so a lot of this side is just not connected together. So we're going to be not only connecting the pairs to the main connector wire, but we're going to be connecting the pairs to each other. Or connecting the pairs themselves, I should say. That being the case, going ahead and wrapping around here. Got it. Doing good. So once I get this soldered on, I'm going to move on to the next one. It'd be cool if I had like a close-up cam where I could show you guys exactly what's going on here, but I'm just soldering this connection together and trying to brace myself to make sure I don't hit that battery pack, that cell, I should say, whatever I do. I do not want to hit that cell with this hot, hot iron. Okay, so moving on to the next piece. The next connection, I should say. These two already look like they're pretty well conjoined. So I'm going to go ahead and count that. Just wrap this guy in on itself. And then we will wrap it around whatever its main connecting point is momentarily. And go ahead and cut this guy a new little section. Oh, dang it. It got it right to the end, and then it cut it. Like it worked, and then right at the last second, it cut it. So I got to go in here and fix this for just a second. Hope that it works out. There we go. Okay. So now I at least have enough to solder to. Move that like that. these guys like this. And there you go. Okay. Let me tie these two guys together. Or I guess let me tie this guy here. What I'm doing now is I'm tying our second pair to our main connecting wire, and then I'm going to attach the continuation of our connecting wire to this pair combo right there. Okay, so now I have this piece. I'm going to cut this piece a little bit more and keep going with it. Again, I hope everybody's micronation is doing well. I hope you guys are enjoying your time here. I appreciate you guys spending it on the stream. You could be anywhere. I appreciate you being here. Okay. So see, this is the next big part about this, is just trying to get these connections done and moving forward with them. This is a painstaking process, but it's a process that has to be done really carefully, because if you do it wrong, this is where all of your fires start. This is where all of your problems come in. If you don't have proper connections, your battery is going to be in trouble. Your bank is going to be very concerning, to say the least. Okay, and just like that, we are starting to make some good soldered connections here. There we go. Okay, got that one. Moving forward. Ooh, not good at all. Okay, moving forward. All right, on to the third connection. And cut it again. Man, now it's like a streak of bad luck. Oh my gosh. And then somehow decent luck. And then I get this easy as pie. Okay. Now let me strip this piece, do it again, and we will be back in action. Okay. See how much that is. Not enough. Close, but not enough. Awesome. Okay. And we got this next piece. So we're going to be able to join them together. Yep. Just like this. Perfect. And then once we get those two twisted together, we will twist that into our next pair of batteries. And there we go. Next part completed. Okay, and we have the next one. Doing solid. That's 3 sets complete. Uh-oh. Yep, that's 3 sets complete. Going on to the 4th set now. This is going to be a tricky pair. Well, no, well, it'll be all right. Okay. Going on to the fourth one, then we will see 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Okay, also 2 viewers, 5 likes. Thank you guys for being here.
Gosh, it means a lot that you guys are here. Thank you guys. Let's see. Mr. Random says, how's your nation? Oh, that's a great question, Mr. Random. Thank you for asking. I'll give you a little bit of an update while I'm taking a break. We are doing very well here in the Empire. It's tough because it's the start of a new year. And so that means, new things on our personal schedules, but also new things for the Empire. So we are recruiting people. We're looking for new citizens to provide skills and assets that we desperately need. We are trying to continue to grow our presence here online with you guys to make sure that we can do more community projects together, build everybody stronger, teach people more about how to create nations, and also just what it means to be a part of a nation and how to, bring your community together. Also, finally, we are going to be working on and knocking out a lot of projects that we have pitched over the years to try to get those completed. So that's going to be everything from, continuing work on the RV to the dwelling to, a lot of work on vitae in general, the garden, bunch of that stuff that's going to come into play. But then also you're dealing with a bunch of, smaller different projects, things like welding projects, things like, these battery banks and stuff for creating more renewable energy, being able to have us store and use our own electricity more easily. There is a ton of stuff that we are just trying to check boxes on because it all comes together. There are a lot of ways in which Aeternia has advanced and has developed that haven't been able to be fully utilized just because we don't have the means to put all the pieces together. Each of them are like their individual Lego blocks where they're all right on their own, but their real value comes when you stack them together. And so we just don't quite have all those pieces. This battery bank is one of those pieces, dealing with these, the solar panels, dealing with, the dwelling, the RV, all of it is slowly coming together and building more and more of a structure that looks like something that provides for the citizens of our nation, especially here locally. That also goes into the garden, stuff like that. So all of those pieces slowly coming together, slowly making an image, but not quite yet. And one of the big pieces that's going to illuminate that image and really show what we're trying to do is this right here. So we're about to finish this up, get onto it, and then we will be jumping on to the rest of the battery bank. So once again, thank you guys for being here. I am going to take a breathing break real fast, grab some water, something that you guys will see. Okay, it's me. I'm back. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Hey guys, I'm trying to switch over to a different format. I'm going to be using Wi-Fi now, so hopefully that improves the quality of the stream a little bit. That being the case, let me check what time it is actually. Okay. Yeah, we're doing good on time. We're probably going to have to go in, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. So and let me make sure my battery, as I say that, will handle it. Yeah, okay. So we'll probably go in another 20, 30 minutes or so. We're probably going to be able to knock out this one, which is great. That means half of our bank is done. Once we put that together, I will show you guys significantly more voltage, significantly more benefit there. And then we will try to knock out another one. So hopefully we get 3 done and we will be pretty up there in voltage. So we'll be pretty close to our goal, and we will start to see what this thing can do. All right. If you guys have any more questions, definitely drop them down below. The nationalism of The nationalism of Afghanistan says Steedville. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you. Because of the ascot, I see you out here throwing shots at ascots. You shouldn't do that. Ascots can bite back. I'm currently working on trying to put together this battery bank. So if you would care to watch Aeternia grow its ability to store and use its own electricity, check it out. Keep following along. If you want to know how to harness the natural abilities of the universe to produce charge pairs and utilize it to do work, here you go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, God. Fixed it. All good. Got our PPE back on, and we're continuing our soldering. We're going to go for this next piece that looks like about the right distance for it, so we're going to try it right there. There we go, we got it. Okay, call that a win. All right. So that's up next. We've got this piece that's about to connect here. Once we finish this one out, we will just have a few more connections left. Still not down to one yet, which is preferable, but oh gosh, we're getting better. I'm glad that didn't happen while I was soldering. That would be terrible. Defeat the whole purpose of wearing this. Okay. Let me find this thing and reconnect this stupid mask. Okay. You see, it's just off. It's just off is the thing. It's just off. So let me sit here for like a second instead of actually looking at it, which would be the smart thing to do, and just feel my way through it like this. Now they're secure. They're not coming off. Okay. Let's actually do the dangerous chemical stuff. They're not chemical stuff. Lead stuff. Hazardous material stuff. Okay, here we go. Let me stop crossing the solder over the electrical connections. And here we go. One of the worst things about trying to do this, which I definitely do not recommend anybody does at home, is that you have to be crazy careful of these batteries. These batteries are very volatile, especially under changes in temperature. And so, if you touch them with this hot iron, it will be very, very bad. Or the hot solder that drips off of it, the liquid metal, it can be bad. It can be bad. That being the case, we are on to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th connection. Let's see how well it goes. Okay. Our 5th connection is ready to be wrapped on there. Let's see how it does. And I'm trying to wrap this connection right here, and then we will move forward to the next one.
Excuse me, got a sniffle. Okay. Okay, there we go. Plenty of solder on there. Oh, dropping it. Got that. Moving forward to our 6th connection. Let's see how well it goes. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. If I didn't let it keep going all the way to the end, that would have been absolutely perfect. Oh, wow. That is such a shame. That was the best one yet had it actually held on. Had it actually held together, that was amazing. Okay. I mean, it didn't cut one single strand in that little tiny wire. It just perfectly held all of it together. If only it had actually stayed together. That would have been crazy. Okay, there we go. This will be good. So you tie these two together, as one does. And then, once we tie the two broken pieces of our main connector together, we're going to then wrap it around our next connection for our next pair of batteries. And once we get that, we'll solder it and move on to the next set. To our 7th set, I believe. We're putting on our 6th now, if I am remembering correctly. And we will be quick to our 7th. Okay. And we have that connection soldered, and way too much solder on my iron. I'm going to set this down very carefully right here. And go to our next connection. Okay, we're looking a little short here. We may not be able to actually make it all the way, but we're going to do our best. All right, to the 7th connection, I believe. Okay, this one's just good. This one just got it. It's good. This will work for sure. Okay, so got this one. The 7th connection being made now. Yep, and about to be onto our 8th once we solder this. Yep, I still have so much solder in here. I just really don't need to try to put any on this iron. I mean, there's just so much. It is a problem. Okay. Hey guys, I appreciate you being here. We have 2 viewers, 5 likes. Thank you guys for liking and trying to help out the channel. The solder is not holding on to this one great. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not feeling good about the likelihood of this working out, but we have tried. And I am really worried about overheating these batteries. So I'm just going to attempt to solder that. I don't know how well it worked, but we're going to say that that is a soldered connection. I think it held. Yeah, it's holding. Okay, it's soldered. Now we're going to have to go to the next set, which does not have any bottom connection at all. So that's going to be a major problem. What we'll probably have to do is actually do two connections on here and split it and solder each one individually. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do just to be safest. I'm going to make one connection going a little too far. Right there, we'll make the other connection kind of close if we can. See that it there and there potentially. So go there. There. Okay. Let's see how well this works. So we have one of them, and it is getting wrapped around. Okay, and we've almost made that full connection. Right there. There we go. Okay, and we're going to solder that together real fast. Okay, so that connection's been soldered. And now I need to do the other half of this. This one's weird because it doesn't actually have wire associated, which is going to suck. It is dealing almost exclusively in the like pin that's in the bottom of it. So there's a little pin that is just holding the bottom of this thing together. And if I can be careful, I can strip a little bit more of this wire and maybe fix some of this issue. So that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully it doesn't do exactly what I just did and cut the wire. Okay. Pulling this off. All right, we have a decent amount exposed here now. That'll be fine. I can make the connection and move on. Okay. So here I go. I'm going to tie these two around each other to repair our main connection wire and give it a nice solder. Increase its strength. And then I'm going to put it and fold it in to the metal clip that's on this battery. Hopefully, if I can do it well enough, I can solder them together without damaging the battery or the soldering job. Okay. Okay, I've got some solder on there, but I don't think it's doing its job exactly because it's not getting on to the rest of the circuit. There we go, now it is. We're starting to kind of get it to make a connection. Yeah, there we go. Onto the rest of the body of the circuit. When I'm saying the circuit, it is as if this isn't just one long wire, but I guess you could think of a circuit that way too. Okay, let me finish the job here with this one. Okay, hopefully that's a good enough connection that I just pushed apart. Oh gosh, okay, back to the drawing board. And these are getting quite warm, so I do need to be careful with how I'm performing this delicate surgery here. Okay, so I have this thing connected. I think honestly that might be me calling it for trying to improve this connection because I really don't know much of what else I could do. I mean, I could, I guess, just directly solder them to each other, but I don't know that that's the best idea. I guess that's what I'm going to try though. Okay. Okay, so I am trying to just directly solder these things to each other. To the surprise of no one, I don't think this is going to work out too well, but I believe in us. So we're going to try it. Okay. Making some form of connection is good. Okay. That is bad PPE practice, but it did just save our soldering connection. Okay, so we got this one. Now let's see if we can finish it up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more connections to go, and this one is done. Okay. Let's see if we can get them all. We have a record 4, I think. So let's see if we can top it. No. So I just need to not do it that far. Okay. I'm learning about this tool, slowly but surely. The good news is we know our soldering connection held tight because, I mean, man, we are pulling on this thing. But, doing pretty good. Okay. So we have that separated. Now we can do the same thing, trim the rest of this side off of this wire, just like that. Boop. Now we twist the two together. Yep, just like this. And then we can make this connection attached to our next battery connection, as we have every time we have repaired this. And we got it. So we're going to solder this. Okay, cool. And we have that connection soldered. Going on to the next one. Okay, I'm calling that one there so I don't break it. We have a successful connection. And just like that, the connection is ready to be soldered. So we're going at that. Hey, there we go. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connections left to make. Getting down to it. Getting down to the wire, so to speak. Okay, there we go. Oh gosh, getting down to dropping my iron, so to speak. All right, I'm gonna make this connection, then we'll be on to our last 5. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it looks like our setup may last for like 1 to 2 more of these connections, and then we're gonna have to add some additional wire. But the good news is we are getting significantly closer to having this thing done. Let's see. And I cut it. No. Okay, well, since I cut it and I just had this little strand left, instead of trying to make this strand work, I'm going to just jump straight into stripping this part, getting a new piece of wire, stripping that, and then finishing out these connections. Okay. So we're going to shove this into here. Okay. Try it maybe one more time. Okay. There we go. And I got that one cut. So now we can go ahead and snip a piece here. And since we only need to go to there, I'll get about that much. Oop. Uh-oh. My little temporary shelf broke. That's not good. I had a little piece of wood that was up on a little like cardboard shelf there that I was trying to get to put in place to see where I wanted an actual shelf and just to see if the cardboard would hold. And sure enough, it did not. So now I've got to do some set upgrading in the near future to actually make something that can hold that, and also to continue with the rest of the design so I don't have one little piece set up and then fall down. Okay. Going to be soldering this connection and then moving on to the rest. Jump onto this one. Okay. And should be good and hot, getting ready to solder. And this is not going great. Okay. And we got that connection soldered after quite a long attempt. Going after the next one. Okay, calling that good. I'm getting it. Okay. Got that. So I'm going ahead and soldering this connection. And then we should be moving on almost to the end of this battery, or this part of the bank, this quarter of the bank, I guess. And almost done with this one. Okay. Another one down, another one going. Let's give it a shot. And pretty good. Got this one, so we're going to go ahead and twist that up. Right there. Very cool. Solder this connection together. Okay. And again, another one down. Another 3 to go. See if we can't get all 3. Okay. And it looks like we've got the 3rd to last one slotted in. See if we can't get it. The actual connection soldered. Okay, there we go. Going in. Okay. 3rd to last connection officially soldered. On to the 2nd to last connection. Also, 3 viewers, 6 likes. Thank you guys for being here and helping to make this stream just that much more exciting. I mean, we are getting close to a big jump in energy generation for the Empire. It may seem like a stream where we're just clipping and cutting wires together, but this really does have a big impact for our economy, for our lifestyle, for our culture, for everything that we do. This just gives our nation a boost. And so, with our 2nd to last connection about to be soldered, you're going to see some more of that in action tonight, of what the powers of our micronation can do, how we can put our knowledge to good use and continue to build. Okay, we have the final battery of this section of the pack. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and set up its spot just like that. We have the place. Ooh, don't do that. Should never do that. I just dropped my soldering iron. Okay, so that is an easy way to start a fire. So what I'm doing now is wrapping up this last connection. And this final connection has been soldered. Okay, and we're going to safely pick up our thing for a moment. I'm going to take off this PPE, hang out with you guys for a second, talk to you. A couple things. Republic of Sheepland says, did you get a BMS or at least a balancer? We do not have a battery management system yet. We need to get one eventually. As of right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together these battery banks, and then I'm going to create a charging circuit for them, and I'll create a very simple inverter, stuff to run lights, things like that, no sensitive electronics. But yes, we do need a battery management system. Eventually, it'll help keep the batteries from not wearing each other out too quickly. Also, the easier, improved method of charging and discharging. That being the case, we are now going to continue with the progress we have made thus far. We have been trying to minimize the amount we have to spend, so we're going to be building a lot of this stuff as much as we can, potentially even building the battery management system. We will see. But for the time being, we do have our setup complete. Let me do a check of it by holding it up by the, let me make sure that I didn't break one off or apart. I don't think so, but you never know. I don't know. I think everything's fine. I'll hold it up by this side just in case. We know that side's good. Here it is. Here's our full connected set of batteries. What I am going to do is, okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to figure out how to, I'm trying to figure out, okay, this is something that you guys can help me with. You guys can help me figure out the design of this battery bank, because this will make a big difference. Let me grab the other completed cell and show you guys what we're doing here. You guys are going to get to make a decision tonight that will impact the Empire of Aeternia. And if you guys are in the comments, let us know what we should do. We'll probably have already decided on something, but you can let us know whether you think the idea was bad or not. Okay, so here we are. Let me move my solder. Here we are with our two different cells for this bank. Now we're going to make two more, but for this time being, here these things are. Now, I need to connect this in series, so I can connect it this way, like flat on the table, and just have, and I'll have three, one up here, and then four, one back here. And it'll be a battery that's this big, but very flat. So, you know, it would be something that I could like throw in a backpack, something like that. It's going to be really flat. The one issue with that is the surface area. I worry if you dropped it, if you bent it weird, something, it'd be easy to break. The other idea that I have is to actually stack them. So you don't have nearly as much surface area as, you know, as large a battery that you have to carry around, but it's a lot thicker. So, you know, it'd be a rectangle, kind of like this, you know, a few of these stacked up. It'd be a big block. So those are the two I'm thinking about. I'm thinking we need to go with the second one, even though it's going to make our actual assembly process more than likely a little more difficult. That's what I think we're doing. That's what I think we're going with. Okay, 2 viewers, 7 likes. Thank you guys for being here. What I will decide to do, because I would like to pick this up. These are done. So it'd be nice to be able to just say, hey, I can stack these. I can set that part of the bank together and then set that part of the bank aside. So that way we have more room. We can finish soldering the rest of these, feel
a little bit of ease and comfort with how we are moving along with this project. The biggest thing, oh gosh, I have a bunch of hair in my mouth. Excuse me. There we go. Anyway, what I need to do now is to figure out which of these two methods I'm going with. I think I'm going to go with the stacked method. So we're going to try that, but I will need some tape. Potentially have found some that'll work well. Let's see how we're going to do this. So yep, I figured out how we're going to do it. Okay. Here's the plan. It's going to be pretty smart and pretty great and incredibly simple, and we'll have to improve it later. But we have some tape, we have some scissors. I'm going to tape up one side. That way it shields it, protects it from the other side. And then whenever I need to actually make the connections at the end, we'll do that. In fact, I don't know why I'm not just doing that to both sides. For the stacking issue, I figured this out. Yeah, we're going to tape both sides up, all of their connections, and then we will go ahead with actually improving this a little bit further, actually connecting them together. See, I would like to use electrical tape, but I'm not going to use electrical tape. Despite my best instincts, I'm not going to. What I'm going to do instead, so I'm going to cut this and see if I can't wrap these pieces together into each other. Okay, so this one first. Well, see, that's the end point. I guess I'll leave that. All right, this one. This one should be pretty easy. Yep. Okay. So we have this connection covered. We're going to go through, cover the rest of these connections, and then we will be on a roll. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. Cutting this, splitting it up. And then I made more of an issue for myself, it seems. In trying to tape this up, what I'm hoping for is to be able to protect these connections and minimize the amount of resources I'm using to do so, because probably just a better design would have protected these connections, although this is working out quite well. Once we get that finished up, we'll be able to stack these on top of each other, solder the ends together, and move forward. We will have half of the battery complete, half of the battery bank, I should say, complete, and be ready to move on with the rest of it. And from there, again, like potentially 2 streams from now, something like that, we could very well be on to our inverter, our battery management system, stuff like that. Dime's Last Empire says you should put rubber on the exterior of the battery pack. I agree. Rubber is something that will help to insulate it a little bit as a resistor. It'll be helpful there. It'll do that. Yeah, this tape, the more that I'm seeing, the less that I'm liking. Oh, okay, and that's even worse. So we have done some damage. officially. Let me cut this and I will tell you about it. Actually, it's good to know that though. I will call that troubleshooting, not troubleshooting, product testing. I will call that product testing instead of troubleshooting. So I just did some product testing, found out a major issue. This little piece of wire that I had connected was apparently not soldered onto there. And so when I went and tugged on it just a little bit, it came off. And that's not good. If we had that happen while the battery is actively in use, that can be a big problem, can cause a lot of confusion. One little messed up connection can shut the whole thing down, and will shut the whole thing down, and make you think, oh gosh, you know, why wasn't there an easier method to keep these things secured? Why wasn't this, you know, why wasn't more effort put into securing these things? And so we are not going to go down that route. We are instead going to start with our best foot forward and fix it initially before we get into actually doing too much with it. Okay. So I'm getting the solder placed, trying to get it to go around and grip everything in a nice way. Okay. I think that's got our connection. Should be a lot stronger. There we go. Yeah, still a little hot. There we go. We got it. Connection soldered. I should probably go get electrical tape. So I think that's what I'm going to do. In fact, we may be calling it. It looks like we will be. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, I will show you the power of this pack before we head out. But then I am going to be heading out for tonight. Next time, I will put together these other two sets of the bank. We will finish connecting all of this together, and we will have our battery pack completed. Hopefully, the following stream will be building an inverter, battery management system, stuff like that. But thank you guys. Real fast, let me go grab, oh, there it is, multimeter, and I will show you guys the final results. Yep, because we are on 15% battery. So my timing is impeccable. Let me show you guys what we're working with here. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so hope everybody can see this. All right, there's some numbers there. Okay, so for our first battery, I'm going to go from one side all the way to the other side to show you that they're fully connected. And we have a voltage of, if I'm not on voltage, this is going to be very silly, 3.768. 3.769, it looks like. Okay, so we're on 3.769 for this battery. Now for the next one, we will do the same thing in the same spot. And we have, what's this one say? 3.747. Awesome, 3.747. So we have these two sets of the bank. When we put them together, if I can do this properly, I will just link these guys up kind of like this. Just very insincerely, just so that I can measure this voltage quickly. Together, if I've made the connection properly, they should give us, what does that say? 7 point what? 7.25. Is that what that says? 7.52. Oh my goodness. 7.51. Okay, there we go. See, so over 7 volts now from this. That's a 20 amp hour, 7 volt system. 7.40, 7.47 all the way, 7.48, 7.49. So basically a 7.5 volt system with 20 amp hours to spare. That is a good bit of wattage. That is 140 watt hour. So, yeah, 140 watt hours. So that is quite impressive. This is going to put us ahead, you know. When we think about like running lights at Vitae, when we think about heating, you know, we're in the winter right now, so it's very cold here in the Empire, and any little difference in, you know, our living situation, going from you know, renting, doing things like that currently, to eventually having ourselves and other citizens moving out onto Vitae, is potentially harmful to our health and well-being. We need to make sure that we have heating, air conditioning, you know, clean water, you know, electricity in general, lighting. So in doing all of that, we are limited by the amount of electricity that we can harness and generate. And so we either pay that out to an external source, to a company, to a state, and say, hey, can you please provide us with all the electricity that we need in order to do anything? Or we can jump on this and start actually making some of our own. Now, this is not going to supply us with everything we need, far from it, but this allows us a little bit of autonomy. You know, with this is 7.5 volts at 20 amp hours. I could probably charge my phone once or twice with this. This is reasonable. This is valuable. This is useful. You know, if I'm all of a sudden hiking, or I'm, you know, out at the Tay or something, and hey, I've been live streaming and my phone's going to die, it was concerning, I can actually plug this in and have it charge. If I stayed the night at Vitae for whatever reason, and I needed lights, I needed, you know, some way to start a little fire or something like that, you know, this is plenty to do that, to cook, to, you know, make something of use for myself, to heat a little bit. You know, you could run a small heater with this for a short period of time. You know, 7.5 volts for 20 amps for an hour. 20 amps for an hour at 7.5 volts can get you a good amount of work done. You know, a lot of the, you know, fans, things like that you use. Let me see. Let's see what the wattage on this thing is. This thing is 1500 watts, right? So we have right here 140. So 1500, you know, this could, this battery bank could only run this space heater that we have that heats up this whole room and gets it really warm for just a few minutes. But that being the case, you know, if it can warm it for 5 minutes, that is valuable. It can run this space heater that can heat this whole room, which is a good approximation of how big our dwelling over at Vitae is going to be. This like little experimental building we're doing, you know, this kind of first foray into having a headquarters, having some base that we can stay on and start to do things, start to lock our possessions away at Vitae. This is, you know, like the first shelter you build in Minecraft. You know, that's what this is for us. This is us putting our flag down, you know, and really starting to stake our claim out at Vitae. And we need a way to be out there, ideally at all hours. We need ways to have things lit. We need to be able to stay there for more than, you know, a few hours at a time. So we may need to sleep there and eat there. And this helps, you know, being able to say, hey, I stayed too late one afternoon and I'm freezing, and I need to, you know, heat myself up a little bit, or I want to cook something or whatever. Being able to run something that's a significant amount of wattage for just a little bit of time can make all the difference. So again, that makes us more prepared, more able to survive in more different, in more varied environments, complex environments. And it also means that we can progress that much more independently. So we're not rocketing off overnight. We don't have all our problems solved, all our energy issues solved overnight, but we are a micronation, so we do have micro problems. and those are practical to solve. So what we are going to be doing is taking this bank, connecting it together when we have the ability, going through connecting the other halves of the bank, putting it all together, and the other half of the bank, I should say, putting it all together and completing it. Then next time we will be getting into building the inverter. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys, and actually the battery charger probably first, battery management system, stuff like that. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this stream, for helping to make Aeternia a better place. We're trying to do projects like this because it helps to push the needle for us every single day. We're trying to get out there, reach more people, let more people know that there are people sticking up for them and wanting the best life out there for them, wanting you to be able to get all the things that you need in the ways that you need to. So we are trying to push forward with that by getting ourselves a little bit of electricity. If you guys want to help out, if you want to become a part of the Empire, definitely check out our Discord server. There's a lot happening there. We're trying to put more in this year to doing things with the Discord server and staying active with our Discord community, building up that presence. So hopefully we can bring it to the live streams, bring a lot of good energy here, and continue that on. So if you guys want to be a part of the Empire, definitely join our Discord server. We have a Patreon, if you don't know. That's patreon.com/the EOA. EOA is capitalized, so Empire of Aeternia. If you guys want to check that out, it means a lot. We do stuff like we host these quests that we're doing right now. We host a bunch of specialized content and exclusive things. We're going to be hosting the Q&A little session, interview session that I did with James about his service in Ukraine. So there's extra stuff that's not on this channel that you can learn about Aeternia from our website, from our Patreon, from our Discord, all of which have links in the description. Thank you so much. Again, I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great week. I did a great, start to the year 12,025 and a great start to January. So we're going to be getting in it, getting through it. We have, 3.5 more weeks left of January. We have a good number of goals we're going to be pumping out, but we will be better equipped to handle each one as you really, really like about our channel and your favorite thing to watch. This is still something that you're going to go, oh, I remember when he did that. I remember, oh, now that's for, oh, wow. This is going to be exciting. So get ready for continued development with this kind of stuff. We're getting close to some bigger things. It's just, it's taken time. So thank you all so much once again. And Aeternia forever. Have a good night. Peace, guys.